Well, one thing is obvious, and it's that Anton Daniels has risen to become, well, like the foremost voice in the black community on the internet in recent times. You know, I've always had some issues with him. I think because one of them is that he did have access to me, and I don't believe black men should do that, especially one as successful as him, that could be like producing way better kids, more prosperous and happier children, being a happily married man with a career and is pretty successful. I don't believe he should have done a vasectomy and just kill his bloodline and not have like a heir to the throne. But so you see the issue with this, I'm not saying the man is perfect, but the man has proven to be competent, even more so than the FBA leader Tariq Nasheed and his emotional flock of men. I don't know why some of you don't change your tampons every 28 days. You all sound too feminine. And it's because of the Democratic Party liberal brainwashing of victimhood. You know, you're always crying about somebody hurting you. He hurts me, he said something mean. You know? Yeah, you're so pathetic, from Van Laden to Van Jones to, you know, to all of you left-wing Negroes. You know, so very pathetic, and all you can do is name calling, bootlicker, tether, all sort of name calling. Do you think anybody care what you call them, as long as I succeed in my mission? That is all. Our Anton succeed in his mission. That is all he is needed. Success of black men. They don't need the reactionary rhetoric. Now, you see, the issue is this. This is one of the most, like, what you call now, significant economic times in history, is because it's the greatest recession in the era of atomization. So there will be more layoffs, there will be joblessness, plus increased poverty. Anton is using his platform proactively to promote better money management skills, financial literacy, and responsibility. Yes, he flashes, but at the same time, it's a spoils of victory in our society. You see now, the fact is, the matter is, most black men, we don't recognize educated black men, because we don't see, we were brainwashed to verify, to validate the thuggery and the culture. And in order to move forward, we have to leave the culture behind. The culture is garbage, admit it. I don't even believe Tupac was a significant, was a positive force on the black neighborhood. And if you're going to name the top 5 rappers all day, you're going to put Tupac at the end of it. That means you're buying the garbage they sold you. You see what I'm saying? There's just nothing there. I mean, it's valuable garbage, because people make money off garbage. But the thing would be an Anton labels the different. One of the main difference between me and Anton labels himself a bag chaser. I label myself a city builder, because I see where the mafia and the pirates built cities with what they gathered from their nefarious activities. I came from an era where all our drug money went into was strippers, panty waste, liquor, and a whole bunch of consumerist nonsense that was just not beneficial to our community. We could have built cities just like the mafia and the pirates, but instead we were brainwashed to be consumerists. So the new school of black thought leaders really and truly have to liberate the people from this consumerist mindset, because even Al Sharpton got caught up in the whole drug mix-up, and he chose to be an informant even though he was a black leader. Can you imagine how useful he was to the FBI in destroying the black upliftment movement throughout from the 80s onwards? Now, this thing about bootlicking and name calling, we should be more respectful to people who put an effort into teaching what they have learned. What do you want Anton to do? Talk about the time he was in prison? Or cry about how he's been oppressed? I'd rather hear stories about how he overcome going broke to becoming debt-free to building houses out of pocket. Even though I'm a man who believes in credit, unlike Anton does not believe in credit. But I believe in credit because I believe we can use the credit system in America to really and truly pool our effort together and use our sweat equity combined with the credit to build large cities. You know, we could really and truly be more proactive about going about life and stop complaining. Now, there's a lot of misinformation that has been fed to the black community, especially from the liberals. And one of them is about access to health care. If you want to access good health care, you start a business and then purchase a good health care plan through your insurance company. It's simple as that. This is why American capitalism works. You see, the issue is too, in this era we need housing, we need our proper housing and proper communities. Do you think we should bring the same culture towards these new settlement of black people? Could these same people that we refuse to bash, calling it black bashing, the people who over-consumed by consumerism, distracted by media, do we want them in a rosewood? And this is the issue. We have to be blatant and honest about how we move forward as black people. I saw Tariq Nasheed post a video once about with a young woman and 3 little boys, and the woman pulled down her panty and was twerking, and he himself said it's time for the discussion. So Anton is having that discussion. No, as for the FBA movement, now the movement itself was centralized about reparations, but you're all putting more effort into thinking about who doesn't deserve the money and who deserves the money than to actually argue for the money. No, I don't want a reparations, but since you say you deserve reparations, stop thinking selfish and start thinking strategic on how to get this money. Every video I see, Caribbean people doesn't deserve reparation. African people doesn't deserve reparation. And I see the logic, because if I'm from Jamaica, I deserve reparation from the British government and not the American government. So I see the logic. But at the same time, you don't have the money yet, but you're willing to start a fight over it. You see, the issue is we are all selfish, and then we condemn people like Anton for promoting individualism. When you are, we all serve our self-interest, just like in the case of Al Sharpton and why he had to snitch, become a snitch, because he was a pastor at the time, a reverend. Can you imagine him being outed by the FBI in a drugs thing? And this is how weak these pastors are. He never call upon God. He wore a wire. So the issue is also in that we have to really and truly thankful that be thankful that educated men like Anton choose to teach the community and especially younger kids what he has learned. And we have to appreciate the effort, because most of what they're learning today is about transgenderism and silly nonsense that doesn't really and truly help in their development personally, but just help them to really and truly be more distracted, more nihilistic. I really want to see more proactive discussions around the future of the black race. And not some guy crying that some guy is a bootlegger, some guy is offending people, some guy is calm, is tethering to white people. I'd rather see your proactive discussions on economics. What do we do? Do we do a Keynesian model? Do we do an Austrian model? How do we gather funds? Do we understand sweat equity? Do we understand types of equity? And how to produce without depending on white-run banks? Since we love to talk about race and discriminate, not discriminate, but like, focus on just the black and white of our society. Now, there has been serious damage done to the black community, I will admit. But as a systematic racism, it's no different from the systematic envy among our people. It's time to really and truly start to assess our leaders. Now, I want to ask you one question. What does Dr. Umar and Tariq Nasheed have for them to be here in their dirty laundry in such a disrespectful manner? I don't know what they are arguing about. I can see why somebody would attack, why a FBA would attack Anton Daniels because he doesn't believe in reparation. But for years I've known Tariq Nasheed and Anton Daniels, not Anton, and Dr. Umar to have beef, and I don't know what they're fighting over. They're not fighting over who moves forward fastest. And this is the issue. These men are not leaders of great men. They're comforters of weak ones. And we have the opportunity in this time. It's the best time and worst time in history to be a man. And this is when the black man can make history, rewrite a history where he's the greatest comeback kid in history. And we have the potential, but we don't have the strategy. And we don't have the leadership. And so far, the likes of Tariq Nasheed, Dr. Umar, definitely Sharpton, and others have failed in providing leadership for the black community. Because they're reactive people, not proactive people. Please like and subscribe.